and welcome to Start the Week Stamping with Linda from lindaspapercraft.co.uk. This week we're going to be making a Get Well cards or Get Well Soon card, and this is one of the cards we are actually making on our Wednesday class. So I hold monthly classes in sale rather, both in person and online. This is an in-person class, and just go along to my website for more details. I'm just going to take a slurp of my coffee and we'll get on. Okay, so the stamp set I'm using today is Blossoms in Bloom. It's actually a bundle. You get the stamp set and you can buy matching dies, which are here. And I really like the stamp set because it's got lots of lovely sentiments. So we've got Get Well Soon, I like you a lot, thank you, sure do miss you, thinking of you, hello and happy birthday. So it covers all sorts, this one. And so there's the stamps and also the matching dies which are here. So you can actually, these cut out this, but they also can build images on their own as well. So, and there's 2 sheets, so you get an outline and then you get some infill, so you can do loads with these dies. But today I'm just going to use the stamp sets, so we'll pop these to one side. So, really shadowy at the moment. Let's just have a look at this lighting. Will do. Right, so to start off, this is a really big stamp, and we do a massive stamp block that this will go on, but it's quite heavy, and if you've got any problems with your hands or your grip, then the best thing you can do by far is buy a stamp apparatus. It fits all our stamps, larger and small, and it means that you just lifting this light piece of perspex, and also if it doesn't quite stamp correctly, you can do it again because your card won't have moved, and that's always a risk with a large stamp that doesn't quite get the coverage you want. So I'm just going to pop this off, and we're going to start. This piece is 14.4 centimeters by 10, so it's your basic layer. I was going to say top layer, but it's not, it's your basic bottom layer, and I'm just putting the magnet on there to hold it. That's great. And now I'm going to use my Flirty Flamingo, which is the same colour as that, just to ink that up. So, and a top tip when you're using this is if you pop the stamp set underneath, that's flat. Okay, so you take the ink pad to the stamp, make sure you've stamped or inked all the way around. There we go. And just going to close that. To close it, you pull this side, but it does not seem to want to go. Let's do it again. I'm just a bit wary that nail's breaking, so I don't want to do it with that. Right, okay, so there we go. And you can see there's different levels of ink on each of the flowers, and that gives you the 3D effect. Okay. So, and I'm just going to put some pressure on that, and then to just make sure I've got my cleaning cloth here, and I'm just going to rub that over there so that I know the ink is on the paper. And if I just lift that up, there we go, beautiful image, and then it's out, so I can just do the cleaning there. So if it wasn't quite, if you'd missed a bit, say if you decided you wanted a bit more of that, I think I have missed that petal there, you can just close it again before you've cleaned it, and just make sure that you get that little bit. Okay, so now we're going to fill in the details. So I'll just pop this to one side to dry. There we go. So, and then there's lots of little stamps here, leaves, little flowers, centres as well. There's 2 centres for the flowers too. So I'm going to start with the centres, and I've done those in Rich Razzleberry, which is the same colour as the card base I'm going to use. I'll pop off the acetate so I'm not rattling every time I do anything. And here's the centre stamp. So with all sorts of little bobbles on. Now, because it's a small stamp, you want it on a small block, but because I also want to be able to see around the outside to make sure I've got it in the centre of the flowers, I'm not using my smallest block, I'm using my next one up. So I think Yep, it's a B. Just so that when I'm looking through, the distortion is much further out, so I can actually see where I'm stamping. So, Rich Raspberry. Let's see if you're going to behave. Oh, matches my nails. Right. So, and I'm just going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp the centres of the flowers, just like that. And I'll rotate it so it fits. And it's the same one for all of them. We're just building up that picture. So often I wonder what I'm going to share with you on a Monday morning, and this morning I just came in, I was tidying up my desk and I was prepping this for the class on Wednesday, and I thought, oh, love this card, I'm going to show you how to make it. Okay, and then for the leaves I use Pear Pizzazz, my favourite leaf colour. So, and I'm just going to use the medium, or the larger, oh no, it's the medium leaf, so that's just a little leaf, and you can see, I don't know if you can see on there, there's a little gap in the stamping, so you're getting texture on your stamp even though you're only using one stamp. It's actually, they're called distinctive, with INK in the middle. So the other tip is use the edges of your stamp pads. We're all very fond of doing it right in the middle, but you need to do it in the edges. Well, you're getting more ink then, aren't you? You're getting more use out of your stamp pad. So, to do a couple of leaves here. Just there, and we'll have one coming out the bottom there. A couple on this one. So, wrong way round. One, two, and then one just there, I think. Yes, if you're not sure where the next leaf's going to go, that means you've finished. And you've got all the leaves that you need. And then I'm just going to fill in with a few little flowers. And I'm actually going to use Poppy Parade on that, so it's a very red, more of a scarlet, I think. So, and again, slightly bigger block so that I can see where I'm going. But what I would say you do need to be careful of when you're using a bigger block is getting ink on the edge, or getting ink where you don't want it. So, just again, using the edge of my block with my little stamp. That there. Turn them around as you're doing them. Another one there. And you just put them randomly where you want. Another one, perhaps one there. Yep, I think I'm happy with that. And then we need to pop a greeting on that. So again, I'm using the Rich Raspberry because that's the colour of the card that I'm using. It is a basic A6 bookfold card. So, but we need to decide which. Try not to get ink on your card. Excuse me, do as I say, not as I do. Just going to lightly see if that'll come off. There we go. So this is just your normal rubber we used to use as a child on our ink pens when we didn't used to have things like word processors. So it's a sand eraser, it's called. It just helps just to take off a little bit of that. So now I'm thinking I want to have Thinking of You. Now obviously that's not going to fit on the bottom there. Let's have a look, see if I can find it for a start. Thinking of You. So what I'm going to do is, yes, it's going to fit there beautifully, but I want to make sure, because you know this is nearly finished, so it has to be right. And much as Stampin' Up stamps are brilliant at getting it right first time, I think I'm going to use my Stamparatus again. So now when you buy a Stamparatus, it comes with 2 plates, so I'm just going to pop that off because I want to leave that where it is for my class. And I'm going to put this in here again like that. And I'm actually quite happy with where I've placed it there. So I'm getting my other plate, which is here. So just pop that in. Grab the sentiment. Try and grab the sentiment. And I am just going to slide that underneath, because sometimes when it's just right at the edge, sometimes it doesn't quite pick it up. So there we go, it's going to go through all those layers. I wouldn't normally use a made card. I'd normally use just a couple of sheets of card that I'm not going to use. Right, but it's such a small stamp, so I've stamped that down. And what you can do is you can pop it up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I might just do a little extra on the edge there. So how beautiful is that? So, because there's nothing worse than dropping your stamp on your card right at the end and getting it wrong. So take that out as well, the waggle out. Okay, so I'll pop that over there again. Now the other thing I've done with this one as well is I've decorated the inside, and when I did it the other day, which stamp did I use? I'm going to use a slightly, I used this one last time, I'm going to use this one this time. And just put 3 little flowers on the corner there, and again in the Flirty Flamingo. With the Rich Razzleberry centres. Okay, we are still in. So 1, 2, 3 little flowers. And then the centre for these is here, so that's just a solid splodge rather than the little dots like we've got on the other ones. Let's put this away. I'm trying to save this nail. I don't think it's going to work. And 1. Again using the, oh see, now this is what I was talking about. I don't know if you can see on there, I've just caught a little bit of the ink on the edge of the block, so I'm going to wipe that off, because that's how you get splodges on your card where you don't want them. I've just taken it off with my cloth. And that's because I'm using a bigger block than I necessarily need, but it means that I can start line things up a lot easier. That's a good thing with the blocks being clear, you can easily spot when you've done that. And then I'm just going to use the little leaf and some more pear pizzazz just to finish off. Okay. Oh, pear pizzazz is out. There it is. Okay, so leaves, I think we'll have, do 1 there, 1 there, just have 1 going off the side there. Again, you know, if you're not sure where to put your next leaf, you've finished. And that's the stamping done. So I'm just going to build the card now. So I'll get the trusty Tombow glue out. So I've got a Rich Razzleberry card blank here that I've already made. So this is 21 centimetres by 14.8 5 centimetres, so it's half a piece of A4, and I've scored it at 10.5. And I'm just going to use my bone folder just to burnish that fold gently. And there we go. So sometimes you end up with a little lip here. If you do, that's your front of your card, because it's easy to open when you've got a little lip at the front. Right, so Tombow glue is a really good glue, so you don't need gallons. So I'm just putting a thin bead all the way around the edge. We all have patterns we use. So my friend Uma does all the way around the edge and then 2 loops, whereas I do always squiggly up this end, bizarrely. Anyway, so and then because this is 5mm smaller than the base card, which has got a little bit of the rich raspberry showing through, and then I'm going to pop the card on the inside again. Just a little bit of glue, just wiggle it backwards and forwards. You see I do, I wiggle down the side, straight along the top, and then across the middle. My signature glue. Okay, so there we go. So I hope you like those cards, those 2. Let me know in your comments below. And if you want to know more details about my classes and things, just pop along to lindaspapercraft.co.uk, and all the details are in there. And also, if you go to the calendar or the events page on lindaellis.stampinup.net, all my classes go onto there. Or you can just drop me an email, linda@lindaspapercraft.co.uk, and I will pop you details back to you. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed those. I hope you're going to enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm off to put a load of washing in because I can do my work around my jobs, which is great. So take care. See you soon. Bye.